Long ago, in a land of rolling hills and sunlit fields, there lived a man with two sons. Their home was a place of warmth, where family and faith held them together. But one day, the younger son's heart grew restless. He longed for adventure beyond the horizon, beyond the safety of his father's land. With boldness, he went to his father and asked for his share of the inheritance. Though the request pierced the father's heart, he divided his wealth and placed it into his son's eager hands. With inheritance in hand, the younger son set off, leaving behind the fields of his youth, and the father who had always loved him. The young man journeyed far from home, to a bustling city filled with music, laughter, and endless pleasures. There, he wasted his fortune on feasts and pleasures, surrounding himself with strangers who cheered while his money lasted. But when his silver was gone, so too were the smiles of his companions. Alone, penniless, and forgotten, the son wandered the streets, searching for food, but finding only hunger. Then came a great famine across the land. Work was scarce, and food scarcer still. Desperate, the young man found work feeding swine, creatures considered unclean, yet now his only companions. So hungry was he that he longed to eat the very pods he gave the swine, yet no one gave him anything. It was in that place of hunger, shame, and despair that the young man came to his senses. In his brokenness, he remembered his father's house, where even the servants had bread enough to spare. He resolved within himself, "I will arise and go to my father, and say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you.'" And so, weary and empty-handed, he began the long journey home. Each step was heavy with shame, yet carried by a fragile hope that perhaps his father's mercy might still reach him. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was moved with compassion. The father ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. The son, broken and ashamed, whispered, "Father, I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said, "Bring the best robe, put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." But in the fields, the elder son was working, unaware of the celebration that had begun. As he drew near the house, he heard music and dancing, and he grew troubled. When he learned the reason, that his lost brother had returned and been honored, his heart burned with anger. The father came out and pleaded with him, "Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. But it was fitting to rejoice, for your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." And so the house was filled with music, laughter, and the fragrance of a feast prepared in honor of the son who returned. For mercy triumphed over judgment, and love restored what was broken. Long ago, a son was lost and found, but the story is not his alone. It is the story of all who find their way home.